Hey guys, it's Doxer here, and today we're going to be watching a VOD from Faker. He is playing a lot of Akali, so let's just get right into it. So he is playing Akali versus Yone, and look at the runes he took. He took Absolute Focus and Scorch as his secondary, and the reason for that is because he's versing a melee champion, and he knows he's not going to get poked out too much, so he doesn't actually go second wind, which is what you're supposed to go in most matchups, and instead he's playing turbo aggressively, and he also went the Doran's Ring build. He gets a nice cheese on the Yone. Yone wanted to go for that Raptors word that like basically every single mid laner creams about. Like they always try to get it, including myself. I teach that as well. Faker knows that, and then he cheesed Yone level 1, and then now there's a pretty big fight where he loses both of his summoners, but Yone also lost a flash. Oh my god, this is very close. That is way too close for comfort, for me at least. But he has 2 potions going. I mean, this is his last potion. He's probably gonna go Shroud here. Okay, it's a Q poke on him before Yone gets his W shield up. So that's gonna actually force him back. I wonder what he's gonna do here. Yone can base TP immediately. Okay, he's just taking a TP here. Oh, Yone stayed. What? He cancels his base on a cannon wave? Well, if Yone just bases right now and TPs, he could possibly freeze this wave and make sure that Faker loses a lot here. But wow, he actually pushes it in time. And I think Yone TP'd late. I don't know what he was doing in his base. Maybe waiting a little bit of gold for that dagger. I'd imagine if he TP'd back instantly, Faker would have got frozen on. I don't think that was a good decision by him. I know he's the GOAT and I'm a nobody, but you know, like I can see that was not a good play. It just happened to work out because Yone stalled for the dagger. And the good thing here is that Faker has a refillable and Yone doesn't. This means that any poke here is gonna be super good for Faker because Yone can't heal back up. Okay, notice how he put his Shroud down, put his E on the Shroud, and then attacked Yone, because he knew if Yone popped back to his E, he would also pop back with his E and be able to hit him there as well. And then he's gonna hard push this, and now he should base for sure. Like he was super greedy with that first recall. Now he should definitely base. He's using Shroud as well. Okay, he puts his E, hits this. Twice. Beautiful. That looks like me, honestly. Gets the plate and then you base, and you are so fed at this point. You're gonna 1v9 here. He ends up drinking a potion and he stays. Okay, he's saying, hey, my conditions are good enough. I'm gonna stay until the cannon, and on the next cannon I'm gonna base. I think that's what his mentality is, because this is a non-cannon wave. If you didn't know already, basing on cannons actually saves you like a lot of golden XP compared to basing on regular waves like this. So I believe he's waiting for a cannon wave and then looking to base then. Right now it is a bit scary though, because even though he's beating the Yone in CS and a kill, Yone got 2 bases off and he got 1 base off, which means Faker's items are boots, Doran's Ring, and then Yone's items are Doran's Helm and then double dagger. So Yone is actually in an advantageous spot here. Here he goes for a nice trade with the Shroud. Notice how every time his Shroud is up, he looks to play, looks for something aggressive. Okay, takes that E, but then that was not a good E to take. I think he took a losing trade. Lee Sin just casually walking through mid, playing for that Raptors invade. So this is the cannon wave. Faker hasn't based yet, and I think he hasn't based because he saw Lee Sin walking through mid. That's perfectly fine. He's gonna push this, and surely he will base now. Surely. Hit B right now. Puts a ward exactly how I do. And he bases. A lot of the times when you have a ward, you want to go to either the bot side or the top side, and then you want to base and hit a and place a ward as you base. Dude, this guy is so greedy. Why would you not just base there? Okay. Okay. Now he's gonna clear a ward, and now he's not gonna be able to find the base timer because the minions are already approaching his tier 2 turret, and if he bases now, it'll be a terrible base. A non-cannon wave as well, so he's gonna stay for another one. I guess he is kind of like even conditions than the Yone, even though the Yone does have better items than him. Lee Sin is also hovering him, so Lee Sin understands that, okay, Faker's low here, he wants to push him base. I should help him here as well. Yone ult, okay. And he CCs and dies. Okay, but Lee Sin gets the kill back. So he's, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Faker is getting a lot of help from this Lee Sin. A lot of help. Like, he should have based like 3 minutes ago. And he didn't, and he got punished for it. Thankfully for him, he has a jungle gap. And Lee Sin came to save his day. He goes back in lane. Now the wave's pushing to him. He has everything up here. Okay, he eased his cannon. Okay, that's a pretty good trade. That's a pretty good trade. Okay, that's a really nice trade. And notice how you went the Hextech Alternator. It's one of the big spikes for Akali. Okay, nice. He's up almost 20, he is up 20 CS exactly once he gets these 2 minions. That's a really big CS lead, especially at 7 minutes. This is a winning matchup for Akali, but still, the 20 CS lead is definitely no joke. And something that's impressive. Okay, Yone TPs, he gets a shallow word on the Raptors. So I usually tell my students this, that don't go for Raptors word like that, because you're not actually getting the full view. Like, you're only getting the vision of when the Raptors are being hit. But in this case, the Raptors are alive, and Faker knows that Jarvan's gonna go to the Raptors. So he just words just enough to see Jarvan. So now Jarvan just took Raptors. We kind of know he's in the top side here. He just wants that info there, like just a shallow bit of info. And he decides to fight. Yeah, what is he doing? Did he get bored? Did he genuinely get bored? Like, Jarvan's top side, your jungler's top lane. There's no way you should be fighting there. No way. You should be waiting for your team. You should be catching mid lane. And now you should be looking for a fight when your jungler and support are coming towards mid. And Faker should be here, but he's not. Okay, now he's coming late. Okay. I don't see an angle. Okay. It's a cheeky little plate. Or a turret hit. And then he backs off. They're all playing for this Void Grubs here. And Jin, what the fuck are you doing, Jin? What are you doing? I don't know who's paying the Jin, but I think the GOAT Faker is telling him to fuck off. Because why are you taking his farm? Bro, that's a mid laner's farm right there. You should not be farming that, Jin. And you definitely shouldn't be farming the GOAT's farm right there. Okay, cheeky movements. And I think from here until he gets Gunblade, he will lose the exchanges between Yone unless he like dodges a lot of the Qs. Because Yone has MR and Akali does terrible against MR. Even just sitting on one null magic actually has a massive effect against her, especially in the early game. Okay, Yone winning the trades. Faker shrouding. Try to get CS. Okay, that's some good, decent trade back, but as you can see, Yone is definitely coming ahead on the fight, and Lee Sin's behind as well. Oh my god, is this what it's like to be Faker? You just have everyone just camping your lane. You have a Leona, you have a Lee Sin, perma mid lane, like. Okay. Like I said, he doesn't win right now, but he has jungle gap. Oh my god. Is Faker good, or is he just getting camped because he's Faker? Which one is it, guys? Because the gameplay I'm watching, it's definitely a jungle gap. I don't think this Yone is playing as bad. Okay, he had to flash. An unexpected gank from ADCML. That also means that she loses a fuck ton of minions bot. W. She might have got Faker's flash mid, but she loses a bunch of farm and plates bot lane. That is not worth it for her at all. Comes back. He now has the Gunblade completed. So this is when Akali really starts to do some serious damage and start stat checking people. This is going to be interesting what he does. And Faker has been playing a lot of Akali in LCK as well. He's been picking Akali a lot. I think he really likes playing her, or maybe he just thinks she's OP. I'm not sure what it is, but it's very interesting to see him play Akali. A lot of things he's doing I would also do, but some things are a bit too greedy in my opinion, and it also helps when this Lee Sin's just sitting in your lane. And the Jarvan's not really ganking mid. Rightfully so, because ganking mid is a really hard thing to do when you're versing in Akali. Okay. Wow. Don't dive that. Very good. They thought about it. And now that you're what is the time in the game? Does it not say the time in the game? I'm not sure, but after the lane phase ends, this is when you should be side laning, which Faker obviously immediately went into the side lane, started creating pressure. Loki, I think he's dead. Never mind, they went for the Leona. He had no E, no W, he had no flash, no ult. If Yone just kept fighting him, I think he could have gunned him down. I think so. But they ended up going for the Leona. Yone still doesn't have item. Faker has his Gunblade. Now he has 6 stacks on his Dark Seal as well. Okay. Decent trades going in. And he goes for a base, and I'm interested to see what he's gonna build here. He's definitely gonna build boots for sure. Okay, he ends up going Sork shoes, and then he just buys an Amp Tomb. I would have sold that refillable for a control word, but I guess Faker is greedy. I guess he's greedy, because why would you not sell that refillable, which you don't need? Your Akali that has Omnivamp with her Gunblade, and now she just has one less control word for your team. And this is Korean Challenger. In Korean Challenger, control words are very important, as people actually use information of vision and turn things into positive game states. Mel TP's bot, very strange. This Mel is a bit too much bot lane. Like, Yone should be the one bot, Mel should be the one mid. This guy's just consistently going bot lane. Not sure what that is. Okay, Faker goes for another base here. Let's see what he does. Oh, nope, he cancelled it. And it's also interesting that he goes Sork shoes. And honestly, Sork shoes are like the reliable boots. And I say that because, like, when you go the Omnivamp boots like I do, I'm a Omnivamp boots enjoyer. You actually have to stack your boots like for a decent amount for it to be actually better than Sorks. It's not going to be better than Sorks immediately, but when you get like 5-6 stacks, it will be better than Sorks. But Faker just wants that immediate power spike / damage. Let's see how he plays this. Okay, tags the E onto the Yone. Wow. Okay, Faker Gunbladed the last second, and people tell me like, yo Doxa, you don't Gunblade enough. Why do you only Gunblade to KS? Well, Faker did the exact same thing. He knows ball. He actually knows. Thank you, Faker. Okay, he's pushing, getting mid tower because everyone's dead. This is great. He takes advantage of the fact that everyone's dead. Now Jin's coming up alive. Jin's gonna go back mid. Everyone's coming back alive. Faker should be heading towards bot or top, depending on what objective they want to play. I think it's just the dragon. That's the next objective here. So he's gonna go bot. Perfect. Mid laners always want to play in the strong side of the map, as top laners want to be on the opposite side with TP. Exactly as shown here. And then instead of pushing bot, Faker is like looking for something here. I think he wants to play the dragon and the Rift Herald. So he's saying fuck bot lane. I just secured Rift from my team because I went bot side. Let's fight the Herald too. He thinks he's that strong that he wants to fight the Herald as along with the dragon. And they end up winning it. So what usually happens when a Rift Herald and dragon spawns at the same time, the team that's stronger dictates which objective they want to take. So Faker's team is a team that was stronger. They dictated that, okay, with our gold lead, with our XP lead, and our item lead, we want to actually play for the dragon. So they got the dragon, and the enemy team said, okay, since they're going for the dragon, the only thing we can do is go for the Herald, because if they're hitting the dragon, they're not going to be at the Herald. so that's what they did, and they just couldn't get it fast enough. And Faker's team immediately went from the dragon to the Herald with no vision. They just walked in blind. They were that confident. And now the next objective is probably going to be the dragon. Baron does spawn sooner, but no one really goes for that 20-minute Baron, especially with Faker's team comp. They don't have good DPS. If they had like a Heimerdinger or like a Callista with 2 items with Gwynsu, like something that could actually DPS Baron meaningfully, or like a Cassiopeia and then like a hyperscaling bot laner, then you can actually play for that Baron. But right now, the next objective that would be wanting to play for is the dragon. Let's see what Faker does. He's just basing here. Does he buy Magi's? No, he doesn't. He's a pussy. So what he did is he bought Storm Surge second. And I actually did my research to see what he actually builds in most of his games. And he builds Shadow Flame almost every single game second item. This game, he went Storm Surge. I'm thinking, why did he go Storm Surge this game? And now that I'm looking at it, he is snowballing very, very hard. So because he's snowballing very hard, he can actually get Storm Surge plus Seeker's Arm Guard, because Storm Surge is a much cheaper item than Shadow Flame is. So I think he wants that, like he wants to utilize his gold and just get the immediate power spike and be strong as possible, I guess. So this is his build. He doesn't decide to get the Gunblade. And before I was talking about how a Baron is not really an objective that you want to be playing for, because you don't have DPS. But it looks like they're just, or Faker is just answering the Baron side. Now that Rumble is dead, he's going bot. I could see a possible. I mean, Faker does not have flash. He can't gap close. Okay. Bases again. Interested to see what he's gonna buy here. Okay, he buys the Magi's now. He can afford the Magi's, he buys it. He opens up mid towards bot jungle, and then he's probably gonna go bot. This is what you should be doing, even though like you can technically just run straight bot, but running through the jungle and then going bot is like, it gives you a decision. If you run through the jungle towards bot, like if a fight possibly occurs mid, you're right there for it. If a fight doesn't occur, you're gonna go right bot. Like it gives you an option. You're not locked into just going bot if you go the route that he's going. Okay, he missed his E. This looks like a terrible fight. Okay, he one-shots him. And he's dead here. Okay, so why does this look like my game? The second I buy Magi's, I lose my stacks. The guys that watch my streams, you guys know that every time we buy Magi's, we lose it. Faker himself loses it. That means I'm the GOAT. I might as well won 4 championships or whatever the fuck, whatever the amount he won. I might as well be a world champion because Faker is doing the same thing as me, losing Magi stack the second he buys Magi's. So like I'm a world champion, but you could basically call me a world champion now. And he's gonna spawn here. He's not gonna have gold for jack shit, and he's gonna hold on to his Doran's Ring because he's a greedy fuck and he doesn't want to build control words. Okay. I love it. I love that. I love that. He tags him with the E and he goes R2 and then E after to make sure Jace doesn't flash away. If he E'd and then R'd, Jace could possibly flash that R2 and potentially escape. The way that Faker did his combo, it ensures that Jace, even with flash, cannot get away from him. Basing again. Let's see what he gets. Does he have enough? Yeah, he does. He does have enough for a needlessly large rod. He's very close to his Zhonya's now. They're walking down here. I'm assuming there's a dragon spawning soon. Okay. Wow. Wow! They got one comboed. But they're still okay. Nice. This is also what happens when Akali like fights front to back. That fight was fought entirely front to back for Akali's POV, and if they weren't as strong as they were, like they wouldn't be able to like come out on top. Like that's not a realistically that's not a fight that Akali likes taking. Like Akali likes fighting in flanks, especially farther the farther the game goes. Like right now it's 25 minutes, it's pretty late into the game. You want to be on flanks in different angles. If you're just fighting front to back, it's going to be hard to maneuver. It works out there though. But he should be looking for it. Look at him. Look at him. He's always on the side, on the flank. And realize that he's top lane right now because Baron is the next objective. Leona is dead. If enemy is desperate, they can force this Baron pull. Looks like they are going to go for it. Rumble is bot, which means Rumble is going to have to be forced to TP. There it is. Lee Sin is behind the pit, probably looking to play for a steal here. They do get good vision. If Rumble ults and Jhin ults, there could be a possible fight here. Okay. That's a one shot on the Jarvan. They can no longer do the Baron. They have no smite. And then it seems like, I don't know what happened, but I guess Rumble is just him. The Mel is dead. I don't know how that happened, genuinely. And then they just gotta go back to lanes and push the lanes out because they don't have DPS and their jungler is dead. So now Faker has 25 stacks of Magi's, and I think there's a really good chance that when he bases, he's gonna have enough for his Void Staff. But we'll see. We'll see what he does. I mean, if he sticks around, that means he doesn't have it because right now he's full conditions. He cannot buy any more items other than the completed Void Staff, so there's no point in him basing. He's probably gonna put a... okay. I was gonna say he's gonna put his W down, place his E, and then go for the turret, but I guess not. Okay, now he goes for the turret. Nice. And he just stays on the map, and it's just so telling that he just doesn't have enough gold. Okay, now he's basing. Now he's going on the Shen. And he's full committing on the Shen. Going for the Mel. He misses his ult on the Mel. Not gonna lie, that felt like a missed opportunity. He needs Zhonya's. Okay, good. Flash. No, he does not have flash up. I think he could have played the fight against Mel way better instead of like whiffing his ult out. But it is what it is. Okay, now he finishes. Instead of going Voice Staff, he actually went the Crypt Bloom. And honestly, like it makes sense. So like Voice Staff versus Crypt Bloom. When do you want to go what? So the last item, you go Voice Staff or Crypt Bloom, and you decide that by looking at the enemy's items and seeing, do they have heavy MR? If the answer is yes, you go Void Staff. Why? Because Void Staff has more MR pen, immediate pen, and it's just stronger against more MR. And if you look and you think they have mild MR, then you go Crypt Bloom. Why? Because Crypt Bloom not only gives you less MR, but it compensates by giving you cooldown, and it has a sick passive or an active I should say, where if you kill a champion, every teammate near that champion's death gets healed. That's actually a really big thing. Oh my god, well fucking played, Faker. He just barely couldn't get the kill. He used everything. That was perfectly played. That was just unlucky. Jarvan is 1 HP literally. Okay, and then they're sieging 2 lanes. I see too many people sieging 3 lanes. Sieging 2 lanes is perfect. And then he's gonna play in the middle here. Good rumble ult. This smells like the end of the game. It smells like it, but it could also be like a double inhib into base. Double inhib into exit dragon into base, go top. But Lee Sin's actually caught here. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's juicy as fuck. Okay, they're all aced. So maybe it is end here. So Faker 16, 4 and 8. 25 stacks Magi's. Played this game superbly. I think he got really, really greedy in the first couple of levels. When he had the lead, he had to base and convert that lead immediately instead of just messing around with the Yone in bad conditions. But hey, he's the GOAT. What can I say, right? That's Faker gameplay right there, guys. If you do enjoy watching these type of videos, please give me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.